I've come to make an announcement. This video is not strictly made for kids. It's for older fans and seniors too. So leave comments alone, you son of a... They're 2, they're 4, they're 6, they're 8. Shunting, roll, stocking, hauling freight. Red, green, purple, yellow, orange, brown, blue. They're the really useful crew. Always different roles to play. Round the west of the island or far away. Down the hills and round the bends. Thomas, Sam, and friends. Thomas, Adam, and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for has finally come. After a long, cold winter, the Dublin Lake Railway's construction officially began in late February. The project started with expanding the Little Western and Harwick branch lines from Harwick to where the main terminus and starting point of the 1-foot narrow gauge railway would be, Harbin, a mix of Harwick and Dublin. The rail crew worked hard on the construction, including a special guest. Something I didn't mention last time is that one of Alyssa's punishments was a month of community service assisting in laying some of the standard and narrow gauge tracks down. And for those concerned of her ending up like Tiffany, don't worry, history did not repeat itself.
Alright everyone, stand back and we'll blur up sky high. We're starting the Harwick extension with a bang. Ah! Sweet, the first cutaway is dug.
Whoa, that was a big blast!
Well, time for the next one.
I am not looking forward to it! I still remember how scared I was around the dynamite, especially after Thomas pushed it through the cavern during the branch line's construction 10 years ago.
I know how you feel, but it's fairly easy to set up if you know what you're doing.
How do you lads deal with such dangerous equipment?
Well, I actually have a humorous way of doing it. Whenever handling nerve-wracking explosives, I always go by my motto, light, run, and watch.
Light, run, and watch?
The directions are simple. Light up the dynamite, run off to a safe distance, and watch it blow and do its thing. I'm able to navigate with caution by following my 3 small steps.
Ah!
If you wanna be safe around dynamite, you gotta light, run, and watch. You'll have a better chance of staying alive if you light, run, and watch. Don't be like Carter, who lost his head, forgot to run from the explosives, and now he's dead. If you wanna be safe, do this instead. Light, run, and watch. Light, run, and watch.
One more time.
Light, run, and watch. After the tunnel was cut through and the standard gauge section was done, now it was the time for the narrow gauge part. Teresa was brought in after being restored to lay the remaining line from Harbin to the Valley of Craigwire, where the section between there and the lake had already been built last year. Sir Topham Hatt even came along to marvel at construction.
Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Richard.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm already intrigued at how the railway's starting out.
I tell you, Richard, this will be unlike the other 4 of them on Sodor. Not trying to compete against you or anything.
I must say there hasn't been a single event like this since 1967, when the neighboring Arsdale Railway came around. I'm sure that's where you got the idea for the loading chute to transport the lapis to my standard gauge trucks.
Is it even a guessing game, sir?
Very well played.
For the last time, Mike, it's not a crime that the DLR is ripping off our ballast hopper to transport their lapis, nor is it the fact that it's a doorstep away from our railway. I, for one, am actually excited about this new thing happening, varying from this island's other lines. You don't have to like it, but for the love of Audrey and Allcroft, please keep it to yourself and shut up!
Wow, me and my twin brother would pay thousands of pounds to see him shout like that on stage.
Should probably invest in that.
The only thing I'm investing in is permission from the small controller to put a ballast chute on you like Bert did back in '73.
Fun fact, my grandfather played a huge part in starting the Arlesdale's formation throughout the 60s.
This is highly exciting. A brand new railway on the island and in the 21st century too. It's also another major celebration for the 80th anniversary and Railway 200. I believe that's just the thing to brighten up the fact that this railway is replacing the Harwick Mountain Road after the lorry driver's tragic demise.
God rest his soul.
What? Where am I? Oh. Hello?
If I've
told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. We're going to the steamworks whether you like it or not.
Fine, I'll go to the stupid steamworks. But are you absolutely sure we're the only ones available out of 100 engines?
Adam, I really don't want to have this discussion right now. I'm gonna have some coffee in my office before we go.
God, I hate it when she does this.
Hey Adam, what are you two arguing about?
Something very stupid. I have to take trucks to Kildane so the electric Class 86 can bring them to the aluminum works. The trucks are going to be filled with new boilers that have been melted down and molded from scrap for the steam engines being restored for that new line at Harwick.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
They originate from the old Wharf Museum, remember?
Oh!
Yup, my obvious least favorite engine. Everyone else in the fleet I do like, but her...
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Getting repainted last week was a nightmare!
For God's sake, Victor, when am I gonna be restored? The workers here are so incompetent.
I beg to differ. Me and everyone else say this is the best steam-preserving workshop in the world. The staff are literal angels when it comes to repairing us old-timers, and I know from experience they've been able to restore me twice.
Bite me, Barry.
Riajate, mi amigo. We're about 70% done with all our repairs. I forgot to mention that all of you Lake Railway engines will be getting a delivery of new boilers for your boiler tickets, which will be fitted inside you, and with some adjustments will be the final stage of your restoration.
Smashing. Wonderful.
Oh, thank God. When are they coming?
In about 10 days.
What? I can't wait that long. I want to be the second one repaired behind Teresa.
It's not a competition, Laura. We're all waiting to be repaired too. I know it's annoying being stuck here for the last few months, but like I sit back at the wharf, complaining your soy tanks off won't do anything.
Bite me, Sid. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about myself.
It's always about you, isn't it? Wow, Laura. Real smooth, you insolent, self-centered brat. Be grateful we're not still rotting in our shed.
Could you guys stop shouting? It makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, grow up, Mackenzie. Shove your whining up your smoke box and bite me.
Oi, how dare you talk to my sister like that? You should do the same with the whining pot.
I will when you answer the question on why Teresa was the first one out of the diesel works, while us steam engines are stuck here. Was that done on purpose or what?
It takes less time to fix more modern technology than us with diesels like her. Furthermore, it makes sense to have Teresa be repaired first and finish building our new railway while we're still here, instead of all of us being cramped while only one of us completes our...
Alright, I get your point. Now bite my tender and shut up.
Goodness, I'm not ashamed to admit that she's even brattier than me.
I can't wait to be out of here.
Join the club, old friend. Ever since the wharf engines came, it's been nothing but crepe from her around here.
No one's talking to you, Barry. Go back to your fish-smelling brother.
Hey, that's not very nice.
Shut it, Pipsqueak.
For Stanna's sake, leave her and Daddy alone!
Says the one who was unnormally built as a failure. Why couldn't the fat director replace you with an Atlantic?
Because he had a heart for me, and now my issues are long gone.
You're not any better, Laura. You're a replica of Linda from the Festiniog Railway.
That doesn't mean anything. You may have been rebuilt, but in my eyes, you'll always be a complete slob who needed to steal and get high on dumb special coal from my region in Wales.
Wow, what a complete and utter bitch. I swear to God, that Linda copycat is an absolute disgrace to the engine she's based off. I've met a lot of bad eggs in my last 64 years of life, but holy crud, she, without explanation, tops the list.
No surprise, almost every engine on the Scarlet and mainline that has been to the wharf in the museum time will tell you they never liked her.
Similarly, I hate passing the steamworks and occasionally hearing her yapping. Seriously, how the staff are able to handle her, I'll never know.
Say, if it makes you feel better, why don't I stroll along with you to Kildane? I have to go elsewhere with the motorrail.
Alright, sure. I bet that'd help me a lot. Thanks, Henry. Just wait at the platform while I get my trucks first.
Hopefully I'm not delayed again at the rail under road bridge like yesterday. Now Elizabeth knows how her sister felt.
Unfortunately, most of the rolling stock have been taken by the other engines for their trains. Ugh. I hate not being able to get any work done while others do from what they stole from me.
They didn't steal anything. They're just doing what they have to do. I'm sure we'll find some soon.
Man, my day just keeps getting better and better. I can't even believe I just made a song about the missing rolling stock.
Don't you already have a song about trucks?
Yeah, but I was actually shunting and working back then. This time I'm trying to find dang rolling stock to use. So searching for rolling stock. Looking for wagons to be used in my job. Other engines came along and just had to rob. The last remaining rolling stock available here. Transporting goods from either foreign or near. The only trucks available were in an abandoned siding that hadn't been used in a while, nor had the trucks contained in it, which were rather decrepit and old.
Well, they're the only free trucks, and they don't look too badly damaged. Should be okay as long as we're careful.
Just then, the guard of the brake van came up. Adam, Amity, great to see you again.
Hey Mark, you're back.
I swear, the past 3 weeks felt like an eternity. How was your trip to Wales? Superb, Adam. We went to several different places, as well as the narrow gauge sibling railways at the island. Tyalud, Festiniog, and Snowdon, where we also saw the siblings of Skiff and the Skarloey and Coldy Fell railway engines, as well as a replica of Lou, the missing engine. We also ended up meeting a few Thomas fandom YouTubers living there as well. What are their names again? David and Charlie? Wait, when you were at Festiniog, did you see the green tender engine Linda, the one who took a leap back at 62? Yeah, I think I remember seeing her. What's that? Oh, nothing. Glad your trip was a blast. Yup, but now I'm happy to be home and back at work again. Starting with taking my 7-year-old son on a take your kids to work day. Lucas, this is Adam and his driver Amity. Hi! Oh, hey, little man. Nice to meet ya.
You're gonna ride with us today?
Yep. Wow, that wagon reminds me of the gravity train. Well, you're in luck. Up at Craigwire, the new narrow gauge lake railway is gonna have a gravity train too. Not to mention, I recently learned that back in the days of the Kronk and Harwick, the workmen would ride in gravity wagons down the hill in the morning to the quarry, and then were pulled back up again in the evening by horses. We know. We're really looking forward to riding the gravity train when the new lake railway opens, although my son isn't very fond of waiting that long. Do I have to, Daddy? Yes, I'm afraid you do. But don't worry, son. I'll give you an exciting day on the main line. Yay! Well, we must be off. We have a brake van to be on. Come along, son. Bye!
Well, he's cute.
Yup, suddenly I feel so much better. Soon, Adam and Henry were ready to stroll down the eastern main line to Kildane, but not before meeting up with Thomas on his local, who had finally returned from Michigan after being a special guest for the Polar Express 20th anniversary trains. After a nice quick chat, the LMS Stanier and Class 04 made their way to their destination. Adam then gave his empty trucks to the electric Class 86 on the Peel-Godred line. Hey Daddy, what are these things above us? Those are hanging wires, Lukey. They carry power to the electric diesel pulling us. They went all the way to the aluminum works and picked up the newly molded boilers ready to be brought back to Adam so he could take them the rest of the way to the steamworks. The train was being push-pulled backwards, but that's when trouble began with the old rolling stock, while being weighed down by the heavy boilers, as well as a steep branch line slope. The coupling was a bit rustic too, until it broke. Huh? Why are we going a lot fast? What the? Where's the electric diesel? Down the gradient, the runaway boilers began to pick up speed. Huh? What was that? What was what? That thing that flew by the window outside. Really? I didn't see anything, but I believe you.
Hey, those trucks we saw earlier, they're coming back!
Back at Kildane, Adam and Henry were preparing for their next trains when suddenly... Ah! What was that?
Those runaway trucks?
Hey, that's my train with the boilers inside! Oh, son of a... The guard has his kid with him in the brake van!
Adam, where are you going?
What do you think? I have trucks to catch and lives to save!
Adam, come back!
Dang it, I knew he should have kept looking for better trucks. Why? Why are runaway trains even a thing on this island? Wendy the Works Diesel was delivering slate from Rennius Quarry to the Kirk Ronan Harbor when he was flagged down by the station master.
Leave your truck inside of me.
He positioned himself outside the station, and when he saw the trucks coming, he backed up to match their speed so he could gain contact with them and apply his brakes.
I'm giving it all I have.
They were diverted straight into the steamworks.
Everyone, get out of the steamworks now. There's going to be a crash.
Oh dear, I'm panicking!
Look out!
Ooh, that's got to hurt.
Luckily, no one was hurt. Well, at least no human. Wendy had smashed into the buffers and derailed with his chassis feeling sore. I'm here. Is everyone okay? Oh no. Soon enough, the mess was all sorted out.
Poor little thing.
Thankfully, the boilers hadn't been damaged during the runaway and crash, and were safely unloaded from the trucks. As Adam looked at the crash site before him, he realized something. Earlier, Laura was in the position where her tender was sticking out in the middle of a dual-gauge crossing in the works, just before the siding that Wendy crashed through. Now, Laura was fuming, as her tender had been smacked clean off its position. Laura Penryn had literally been given a good kick in the butt. Laura was enraged as her tender was salvaged and reconnected, and she was relocated to another part of the works away from the crossing. Okay, I want to know right here, right now, how my trucks ran away on the frickin' main line.
This may sound strange, my friend, but it was mainly the force of Isaac Newton that caused this gravity.
I'm sorry, what? What are you talking about, gravity?
Going back down the peel-guarded line, the steep hill was causing the line of trucks to strain backwards behind the electric diesel. Basically, gravity, so to speak, was pulling the trucks down the branch line slope, and gravity combined with the defective rolling stock in two ways. The heavy boilers were weighing down the worn-out trucks, and the rustic coupling broke from the drag of them trying to roll down the hill, which they obviously did.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. I'm sorry, Victor. I didn't mean to cause all this. I couldn't really find any available rolling stock in the Vickerstown yard, so I had to use this line of trucks.
It's alright, Adam. Accidents happen. At least the boilers and the young boy are safe and sound, but next time I recommend you look for better trucks to use.
Soon enough, Adam and the Steamworks crew worked together to clean up the mess, and also got Wendy back onto the rails. Fergus took over his stone train to the Kirk Ronan Harbor, while Dennis was called to pick up Wendy and take him to the diesel works to be examined.
Don't worry, Wendy. I'm sure you'll be back in service in no time. You know, it's funny how you're known as the works diesel. And yes, I'm the one taking you to work. Oh, I see what you did there.
Get better soon, Wendy.
After everything was sorted, the Wharf and Lake steam engines were ready to have their new boilers fitted. However, this came with the most embarrassing procedure of steam locomotives, taking off their outer shells and examining all of their inner tubes, frames, and pipes, which were revealed clear as day for the whole world to see in all their inappropriate glory.
Just shut up already. That's rich coming from the girl who wanted to be repaired first, in which the boilers accidentally arrived early, thank you very much. And it's not like the rest of us want to show off our nooks and crannies. Oh, and speaking of which, I have a little surprise for you. When Kevin dropped your outer shell hard on the ground earlier, there was no slip of the hook involved. I secretly told him to drop it on purpose just to tick you off.
You should see your face.
What a day. So many surprising things happened. Still can't believe I accidentally gave Laura a good kick in the tender. But you know what? I just realized something else. Even if it was rather traumatic and scary and unintentional or whatever, I think that Lucas did get to go on the gravity train after all. In a way. I remember him saying that he enjoyed the one at Festiniog. Yeah, that's perfect! Oh, Adam, you're such a genius. I can't wait to tell Amity when she comes back from dinner.